All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, we are going to be watching the final dev stream of the year. They are currently on an intro, which is just like a recap of a bunch of previous dev streams and such. So, there's that. And we will switch over to it in a moment. But, yeah, the plan is, hello. The plan is to watch this. And then the Devstream breakdown and stuff will be happening and all that business. Also, the title of this song is important. Okay? Alright, now let's switch over.
Since I can't count on all you guys for being physically there, but we're here. Welcome.
You do seem a little bit more stressed out when we start.
Let me know what the sound is like.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have to run everything.
Definitely.
You have to do it all. Yeah.
Seems a little more high pressured for you, Red.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this when we go live, but like I don't know about Judy. I think Panem is Panem's more my type, you know.
What are you talking about?
I won't talk about it.
We're not live. We're not live.
Stream.
Let's not talk about the.
That's why he's shoveling oatmeal.
Just let me know when it's live, okay?
We're live. I don't get the joke. Oh, I do get it. It's cyberpunk. Oh my god. Okay. Is it?
Romance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, welcome. If this is your first dev stream, we start off with housekeeping, then we talk about Warframe.
Oh, I just haven't showered yet today.
Devs. So because
I
we're
wore this shirt
150
twice because I really like it.
Maybe this was
but
the
this
time
is
that
very
someone
morning
decided
for me
to
right
tune
now.
in for the first time, new Warframe players on PS5, Xbox Series X, whatever it may be. Why don't we just quickly introduce
I did absolutely
ourselves,
sleep in this
and
shirt
then
though
we'll
last
jump
night.
right into
So I definitely need a
everything
shower.
about the show today. So I'll be hosting the day. My name's Rebecca, and I work on the community team. Sheldon?
Hey, I'm Sheldon. I work in the production team.
Jeff?
Oh, I don't know what order we're on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
I see the order.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I work on the
I appreciate
content team.
Steve's Christmas hat.
Humble. And
That's fucking rough,
Steve.
Cruz.
Go ahead.
I'm eating very dry oatmeal with peanut butter. It's the bottom of the peanut butter now, so it's really there's no oils left. It's really just like tar.
Okay.
And I work on Warframe. I do coding and design writing.
Long time since we've seen
And last
Sheldon.
but not least, at the bottom we have Rudolph himself. Who's that?
Maybe?
Oh. I'm Scott, and I work on the design team.
Awesome.
Scott, you should put on a shirt, buddy.
Whoa.
Oh, I see.
It goes both like.
It's supposed to be like a
I
deer
love the lights on the truck.
chest.
I mean, that is
I understand
the most
now.
festive- That is the most festive thing ever.
He's a festive man. We
So we're gonna do a drinking game with
going
what they say they're gonna
we
do
also
slight
are on
tweaks.
Wii Game now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna do a buff counter.
That was last night. I was up a little late with the crew on that, and congrats to the crew that worked very hard on that. And we also have people coming from Epic Game Store and getting their classic Unreal Tournament throwback
Oh,
stuff.
I need to get that Unreal Tournament stuff while I'm
we're eventually
editing.
propagating that elsewhere.
Up my
after
volume,
some
like compared
exclusivity
to them.
window, so don't worry about that. You'll get your shock rifle and your flak cannon and rocket launcher if you need to.
Yeah, it's just free for a limited time until December 24th.
Monster kill.
That was it now. Should be slightly louder than them now.
Off with some housekeeping to start things off. I think
Heck
the
yeah,
first
thank you for gifting
thing
us up to
people
Warframe.
are
Appreciate it.
perhaps wondering is because this is a Wednesday dev stream, which is
Also, Techion, thank you for the resub in general. Much appreciated as well. Along with revealing and Infinite. Much appreciated, you both.
Share that immediately after the stream on all platforms, there will be a long and gifted legendary core alert. So whether you're on
nice.
PC,
okay.
4, or PlayStation
Man, I
5,
still wish
Xbox,
this thing was a
on
cosmetic.
Xbox Series
This should
X
be a
or Switch,
cosmetic that you
can
can
get
use.
yourself
It should be an
one
orb
legendary
that you can
core
put in that just
from,
looks like this,
after
because this
stream
thing
this
has always been
weekend.
an awesome
So
design.
We'll have lots and lots and lots of
This is a
time
great
on
opportunity for us to all
some
come
time
together
on
and
some
be like,
Vero
why is
past
that not a
visits,
model I can put in
one
my ship?
legendary core for you.
I'm
So,
just saying.
I will certainly be getting that.
Yep.
Yep. Need that.
A lot of people
The
are
really
chat's
cool orb.
excited, although a few people are like, imagine needing this.
It's a bubble of
I
lightning
know,
soda.
I know.
That's really
If
accurate.
if you don't need it, you beat Warframe.
Shut up! Take my money.
Indarian, thank you for the resub.
I
At
still
least,
need-
like, that JPEG as an
Warframe
asset I know
beta. It's
exists.
the Warframe
What if by
beta.
getting a legendary
Yeah.
core, you got a
course.
glyph of a legendary
Alright,
core?
So we also have some exciting
Like, even
news about
that stuff,
our
right?
Discord today. If you've been a part of our Discord,
Another
throughout,
one.
its
And
launch
another
from
Holy shit.
giveaways
And another one.
for
Warframe Warframe, thank you
have
for
items
gifting
on the
40
Discord,
fucking subs
commerce store when it was
to
up,
an
among
extreme
other
amount of
things.
people.
As of
One
today,
second.
we're opening up some chat channels. So if you want to join our Discord,
Blakian,
just do,
Johnny Boy,
exclamation point
Squire,
Discord and
Almighty,
then the
Kramer,
Twitch
Almighty
tab,
Kramer,
and you can get yourself the
Arcane.
link to
This
join our
username is
Discord,
here.
chat with fellow Tenno.
Lexar, I
Basically,
think it sounds
we're
supposed to say
opening
that.
new
Zjack,
channels, and the Warframe
Cyclone,
Discord server
Loon,
is there to
Stripes,
reach you.
Lucifer,
Join,
Lumizone.
meet, play, and talk
It's
about Warframe with fellow
DiGiorno's,
Tenno. So head on over
Beetle,
there,
Howitza,
you can have some
Natsu,
fun over our
MXW
Discord.
Design,
Squad
True
up,
Calc,
maybe
Mr.
some
Skittles
Tenno
Lover,
play the alert with, whatever it
Willian,
may be.
Wasabi,
You know?
Good idea.
Ted Zero,
Yeah.
Cinder
And we
Phoenix,
also
Zardoz,
have, our,
Lalarith,
Tenno Bomb,
Swampy,
event is in full swing right now, so all of the gifting we're
Kazit,
doing is supporting,
Angum,
Kids Health
Behind
Fund,
the
so we
Hero,
are working in
Samalius,
support of that wonderful
Aridin,
organization.
Right,
So every gift you give,
Explosive,
to
Turnit
either
Guy,
Tenno on any platform is
Blame
going
J,
towards our
Handled
donation
Ear, Roy,
goals
and
for
New
the Kids
Dude.
Health Fund
Welcome on in to
organization.
all
So
40 of you.
log
Much
into
appreciated.
Warframe, send some gifts around, and away you go. And we'll hit our goal if you do exclamation mark Tenno Bomb in
Your
chat,
luck
you
is
can learn
big
more about
sad.
that.
No, it's
We
the
also-
dodge.
there's so much housekeeping. I'm sorry. Then we'll
Yeah,
do
that's great.
prizes.
If you
then
don't
we'll
get
do
slammed with a
things
gift
and
sub,
stuff.
you won.
We also have two
That's how this
pretty
works.
big Tenno-Gen announcements to make. The first
Okay,
is if you're a
Tenno-Gen
Tenno-Gen
things.
creator, so if
Shut
you're
up and
someone
take
that
my
has
money.
sculpting software
Gideon,
open,
thank you
you're
for the sub.
looking to
Appreciate
either, submit your first skin, or if you're a established Tenno-Gen artist, the deadline to submit for round 20, so what's going to be our review of the 20th round of Tenno-Gen, is February 15th, 2021. So that means you have basically
like Russian
2 months
roulette, pretty much.
to either start or finish some submissions before our team reviews them for the next round. So that'll be
Skip
our
Valentine's Day. Skip Valentine's
Anything
Day.
about
Don't
you
even
shown
work
yet?
on
Oh, it just
Do it
started.
Submit on the 13th.
They're just talking about
It's just
submissions
voluntary.
and like house cleaning
this
stuff
is
right
the
now.
deadline. You can submit before then, but that's the day that our team is going to review. As you can see,
Can you
Jeff
bump up their
Crooks,
volume just a
everyone
bit?
really
Sure.
wants a Revenant skin. Revenant Tenno-Gen, please.
Why do we
Revenant
want
Tenno-Gen.
Revenant skins?
Revenant,
Who is
Revenant
asking for
Everyone.
this?
Rebecca.
Axe grinding.
Oh wait, no, a Revenant
Read
Tenno-Gen
chat, I'm
skin?
not making
Oh,
this up.
absolutely. He needs
Rebecca
it.
had a dream
Because
of a
he-
tattooed Revenant.
He really needs a different skin.
Why you gotta
His
do me
color
like
channels
that,
are a
Jeff?
mess.
I do see chat
This is-
supporting
yeah,
her house.
yeah.
Yeah, Proteo
Imagine-
Tenno-Gen, I would definitely take
Brainwashed.
Proteo Tenno-Gen.
I think
100
so.
million
I have
percent.
not brainwashed them. But anyway, we also have for our console Tenno, all of round 19, part 2 is coming to console in the new year. So the 2 Syndanas that released in part 2, the
I think I
Lizette
missed that
skin,
left
the
Sundana.
Operator Cosmetics,
I hate those
all
goggles.
the weapon skins, and of course all the Warframe skins themselves. Those will all be releasing.
I think I
on
missed
all
that
console
Nova
platforms
helmet.
in the new year.
That Nova
They're
helmet
ready,
is cool.
to go. We just
I
need
might
to
look at
get them
that.
in an update. So thank you to our Tenno-Gen artists.
I think I
and of
actually
course
missed that
Console
Nova
Tenno
helmet.
for their patience. But what that effectively means is that come the new year, all of round 19 will have reached console. So
Lizette
lots
skin
of
looks
stuff
kind of dope.
coming
Yeah,
there.
I like Lizette
I
Prime
can see
better
people saying
personally.
Tattoo Revenant now. You're gonna have to like.
This was
speak-
well. This was all you're doing. You
when I say tattoo, I don't mean like an Elmer Fudd tattoo. I mean like full body tattoo, cool.
You were very descript. You were
I-
very descript.
It was a good dream, apparently.
The
Like
request.
Revenant
It was
needs
a
a
really
deluxe
good
that
dream.
removes the
It was
disemboweled
very
look.
good.
I think Tenno-Gen can achieve
Best
that.
dream I've ever had. All right, let's get a platinum
Yeah,
prize.
great
out of the
Korra
way,
skin.
1,000
Let's
platinum
not play
going
Korra anymore.
to, a lucky Tenno. A Tenno that perhaps shares in my dreams or other dreams.
If it's a Revenant name, I'm gonna.
I like
If
my
it's a Revenant
Starscream
name,
colored
the prophecies-
Nora Nightwave ship. Oh, that's fair. That's fully valid. Yeah, the Nightwave is a really cool ship.
All right.
I think I'm
the
still
winner
using that.
Is a very lucky Tenno by the name of Hellblade.
It was really nice
I don't
they
know,
like
it's
made it so
kinda-
we can actually use
kinda-
other ships
I don't
by
know.
making it so
Brand.
the abilities
Yeah,
are
of
detached
course.
from the look.
But the key is with this name, it's Hell with
Hellblood.
E's in the letter 3 in place of E. So H3LBLAD3. Hellblade, you've won 1,000 platinum. You got to message us and we'll hook you up with your platinum. Way to go.
Hellblad.
Congrats. And yeah, we'll
Nice.
give you that. So
I
we got
forgot
some
I
stuff to
changed
talk
my
about
name to
today.
Synonym Toast,
You know,
Synonym
from
Croast
everything from
Tunch.
people
That's
really wanting
good.
to see Lavos to talking about one
Have
of the
you ever won?
posts
I
we
have
put live
actually.
just
I
a
have
couple
actually
weeks
won
ago
before.
about,
That
you know,
happened
hey, Tenno,
like
we're moving our, what we were
so
gonna do
long
with
ago.
this Railjack
Years
update
ago,
at
I
the end of
did legitimately
2021.
win.
Sorry, the end of 2020, just due to no one taking vacations because COVID and where do you go to your living
I think
room?
I wasn't even a
We
partner at
moved
that
the
point.
bigger scope of that update to 2021. So you guys haven't had a chance to talk about that really. So I just wondered if there's any thoughts about moving that update, what you're looking forward to in the update.
Our
and then, of
Tenno-Gen
course,
stuff
I'll
wasn't
play a
really
little
news.
video we've prepared.
That's fine.
Do we put a video first and then talk about it, or do we?
Fine with me. Let's
Yeah?
do it. All right.
We'll
I
do
will
end of
go
year
right
update.
into
Although it's
that.
probably going to
Tenno,
have a
get
name
ready
as we
for
watch
a,
this little
video
trailer.
talking about what you can look forward to at the start of 2021. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Gonna assume
Hello,
me being down
everyone.
here is good.
Let's talk about the Corpus in this video. In 2020, we revealed a little bit about the Corpus's founder,
Corpus.
which you may or may not know by playing the Deadlock Protocol.
Orville
But what you can
Scranum.
expect and what you probably know is that the Corpus are in a little bit of a different state now due to the emergence of this founding father of the Corpus. So what that means is 2021 is going to start off with a lot of Corpus attention. The Corpus are going to head to space, bringing you Corpus Railjack. The Corpus are going to have their own version of liches, and with those two threats escalating, Ticker thinks you might need a bit of help, and maybe the command intrinsic will be just the thing to help you take on the Corpus in the Railjack regions. So this
Okay, so
video is
next
going
year
to take you through 3 of
for
these
that.
features that we release in 2021. Maybe not all in the same update, but they are coming, and we will give you a sneak peek of all of those things right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna put some categories down that might have been
First,
news.
let's take a look at what's been going on in the Corpus Proxima regions. You can see here, there is a lot of high-tech things happening in the Pluto Proxima region.
Pluto, Proxima. That's a
There
halo.
are several points of interest. There's a little cargo train, and as you can see, there's something doing a shield generator on what appears to be a capital ship.
Doing a shield generator.
So
I
first,
love that
I'm gonna
phrasing.
Go explore the cargo train with my handy arc gun, my slingshot.
Yeah, this
So
is
here
the
we
real
go.
arc gun.
The Corpus are mobilizing, and the cargo train is the perfect place for both precious materials and protectors.
All right, an exterminate, but for one guy. Noted. Hell's kind of funky. I mean, this looks like what I would expect the inside of one of these Railjack Corpus ships to be. All right, kill guy, put it in. Oh, mobile defense. Nice. Great. Mobile defense.
Now, my goal is to disable the
You guys
station.
notice how they
So
skipped
I've
that
gone
and we
through the
weren't there for a
train
minute and a
we're
half?
about to say goodbye
I wonder why that
to
is.
the caboose.
I wonder why they might have
The
skipped the
maglock
minute and a half wait in the video.
Has been set free, and now the cargo is off on a very sad journey into a wormhole.
Okay. See, that's cool. That's a cool objective. The minute and a half wait was not a cool
I'll
objective.
continue my journey in the Proxima region with my crew, in fact, which we'll talk more about later. Now I have to disable the shield generator. The force field is intact, preventing me from getting on the commander's ship.
Okay, sure.
Sleds inbound. Prepare to repel borders.
This is a cool looking ship. Running redirection on Excal. Usually the things that they show off on dev streams are meant to be like very beginner looking.
I'm taking the fast path yet again with my Arcwing slingshot.
Solid. Small visual bug in that it didn't show the lock on, but whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, that was
Robots
cool. I
are
think that
no
was a new
match
animation.
for
Was
a
that not a
pennant.
new animation? Pretty sure that was a new backstab. Not that it matters. Those weapons suck because their stance is trash.
Now it's time to disable the station.
Reach the pillar capital ship. Okay. Find the thing. Disable it. Noted. Good. Ship starts blowing up. Cool. Good objective. Get in. Fuck shit up. Get out. Great. That's what we like to see. Noticing they're using
Now,
as little
I'm
Arcwing as
free
possible.
to
Well, that's
board the
really what
capital
Railjack
ship.
is. Although I see
The
she has
Corpus
correctly
Proxima
equipped
region
the
has a
muzzle
lot more
on.
of a high-tech feel and different points of interest for players to explore and achieve their goals on.
Yeah, she has the
First
Archon.
rule of success: if you think things
Okay,
are
Corpus
going
Lich.
well, you've overlooked
Her
something.
design is not
Hi
as
there.
crazy as I expected it to be.
It is time to face off
I
against
expected
my
them to look a
Queen
lot
Pin, my
more
Corpus
like
Lich.
In the vein
Long overdue,
of like Kelidithane,
but we are going to have the final
Mistral
phase
looking.
of Lich. Both Kuva and Corpus battles take place in Railjack. We'll be adjusting the pace of the lead up with regards to murmurs to make sure that this new ending doesn't add too much time. But you can certainly expect yourself to be using Railjack much more.
The time I'm done with you,
Okay.
you're gonna look like a
Oh.
normal person.
She has
reflected
like
in a puddle!
controlled warframes.
When it comes to
That's an
Corpus
interesting
Liches,
idea.
as you know, Parvos Granum is going to have a big role to play.
Get ready to make the biggest mistake of your career.
And of course, Parvos Granum uses the Spectre particle. So taking on some Warframe Spectres in your final boss battle will certainly be a frequent sight.
Okay, sure.
Corpus Liches have a bit more of a technological angle, as you can see. My Lich is teleporting around. And she's gone. But when you kill your Corpus Liches, there's always the
All right.
chance that you'll get
So
an
this
ephemera.
is a cool ephemera.
Here's 4 ephemeras coming with Corpus Liches.
Okay, so these are actually like energy armor. Okay, this is cool. I like these a lot. These I'm way into. Yeah, these are cool. These are really good ephemeras.
And of course,
That's
the
a backpack.
signature briefcase weapons. This is the briefcase rocket launcher weapon, which Mirage
those
is using
ephemera are
holstered
sweet.
on her back and then taking apart into a rocket launcher. The full
Sure.
features of this weapon will be revealed in the future. Now, of course, with the Corpus having their Proxima regions and Corpus Liches being a new threat, you might want some extra help aboard your Railjack. So we're
Okay.
returning to Fortuna
Command
to pay a
intrinsic.
visit to our friend Ticker, who will be letting us hire people for our
So what about like,
Railjack crew.
is this just gonna be like those things where you get the tickets, but instead you get the people?
Who could tell you
Yeah, hire crew
anything
members.
about heaven, but they knew every square
Oh
inch
man,
of hell.
this is either gonna go great or
showed
terribly, and
they
I
built
really
it.
wonder where we're gonna be.
Tickets don't do retail, so let me know what you find.
In addition to your converted Kuva Liches, you'll be able to pick from a variety of help for your Railjack. You can hire people that Ticker have, and they'll have
I
different
assume
skills.
the
which we'll
head
talk
here
about
is a
soon.
bug that it doesn't
Pretty
match.
little thing. Here you go.
Once you've made your choice on who to hire, all you gotta do is head to your dojo. Once you go to your dojo, you simply go to your dry dock, and
This
you'll
fucking
see
JoJo
that you'll
ship.
have a new menu item. So in addition to your armories and everything else from avionics, you'll actually notice a couple things when we launch crew. The first being the crew intrinsic,
Yep,
which is
command
called
intrinsics.
Command, will be live. This
Go
will
into
allow you to
details
rank
right
up
now.
with your intrinsic points, to have more crew members, and to give you the ability to summon your Kuva Lich as crew members. Once you have crew members, you can customize them in many different ways. You can equip from your chosen members, whether it be people you've found through Ticker or otherwise. And of course, you can change their appearance.
That's good.
From animations
Okay,
to
cool.
Syndanas to attachments to
good.
color schemes.
Oh,
you
Twitch,
can
don't
make your
die.
crew look exactly how you want. In this case, I'll be making some tasteful color choices.
This lady said we are Venom.
You'll also be able to train your crew. In this case, I want a really good engineer with some decent survivability. You'll also be able to use your expansive arsenal to equip your crew with weapons of your ownership.
Okay, cool.
So if you have some primary weapons lying around that you're not using too much, you can give them to people on your crew. Now let's take a look at my
Okay.
crew here
That's a
on
good
my
use
very
for all the
lime
extra
green
weapons
ship.
people will
Give them a
accrue.
bow and say thank you to crew and command, which is coming in 2021.
There's going to be a meta weapon that is going to be really easy to build that they're good with.
And there you have it. Over across a few updates in 2021, you'll be introduced to Corpus Railjack, Corpus Liches, and the Command Intrinsic. We also have a few other little quality of life things coming that aren't in video format there, but I can tell you a little bit about them now. We will have a wildcard Requiem that we're testing, which is basically a Requiem that can be used for any passcode. So say you know 2 and you don't have the card for the 3rd, you can just use this wildcard. So you'll be able to earn that in the system. As well, of course, with the command intrinsic will come your converted Kuba Liches as an option for your crew. So if you're going through ranking up your intrinsic, you'll eventually unlock the ability to enlist your converted Kuba Liches to play with you on your Railjack. So we do have a lot coming. This is just the video summary of it all for you so we can keep Devstream 150 on track. So back to the stream.
Okay. Wildcard Requiem is like somewhat interesting.
We are back. Thank you for watching that pre-recorded video. We just wanted to get it all jam-packed into a 10-minute video.
There's a lot there. Yeah.
Cool
we couldn't have introed that. There was too much good stuff. Awesome. Wow.
Wonder if any of the command abilities will matter.
See, there's a lot that that would have been a bit crazy.
I feel like the
December,
customization
so
stuff that was in there was really cool, but I have little hope that it will actually be
Rebecca,
useful.
Smart girl, listen to her. It's all under that same content umbrella. We're not necessarily going to release all 3 of those things in the exact same update, but the intent is that it's pretty dang close. So,
do they give a date?
Yeah,
no, that's all next year stuff.
I don't know if there's anything you wanted to talk about before we move into another platinum prize and just more Devstream fun, but I'll
that's pretty good.
Chat and saw some great
Break
reactions.
One. Thank you for the reset or the sub. Much appreciated.
Some warranted skepticism as well, and also wins this, that, and the other.
Scott
things
knows
that we've shown, or
Steve knows rather.
Hopefully, parts of the demo kind of showed to you the player kind of what D's trying to do right now, which is to not make any more promises, but to actually deliver on the stuff that we have a backlog of. And of course, there's quests and other things in there that we didn't show any highlights for yet because that's spoilery, and we want to make sure that we're not showing you things and then making you wait even
Mozart and
longer for
Rapture,
them.
thank you both for the subs, much appreciated.
But, just want to acknowledge people's reactions and in chat, and make sure we show you stuff that we're going to ship shortly rather than keep putting it off and off. So anyway, I love those ephemeras. Those ephemeras look amazing.
Those ephemeras look great.
The Corpus ones are super
fully
cool.
correct. Those ephemera look awesome.
Did we go into? We can go into liches, I guess. Hopefully early next year, and talk about a bit of the differences, and as well, I think you've discussed some of the quality of life improvements that affect the whole.
The crew
system,
members will just be
not
stat
even just
buffs.
the
I mean, I
Corpus
hope
ones,
that the
which
crew
I'm really
members are
excited for
literally
as well.
dudes that will sit on your side guns and then like just
Santa
auto
has
aim
got you
enemies.
in a giving mood, it sounds like, in terms of some real talk. So why not give away some platinum as well?
That's like my hope is that they literally just sit in my side guns and auto
my
aim.
friend. It's the
That's all I'm looking for is for them to use those side guns that I never use.
Chat asking, there's no Friday.
That's my just absolute minimum.
Sort of catch all.
I know that they can do an AI that auto locks and murders.
Devstream is gonna win
just that.
Platinum. So, without further ado, the winner is RSense. RSENCE. RSense, you've won 1,000 platinum. Message us and we'll hook you up.
If they can do that and repair damage, I'll be happy. Yeah, repair damage is a bonus in my opinion.
Don't forget to message us and we will give it to you. All right. The dev build has been bubbling and brewing in my alt tab here. So
your segments are on point today.
Yeah. Oh right, because it's bubble.
You didn't even intend that.
Nope. But whatever.
Repair already
Here
super
we
easy.
go.
Yeah, it's just like a slightly. It's like slightly
talk
tedious.
About what's going on with Lavos.
Hey, Ayo, you got tubes in your head.
Our 45th Warframe releasing on PC this year. I ask with a raised eyebrow. And Lavos is coming with a Laverian entry on release. I don't know, Steve, if you want to talk a little bit about what people can expect when they jump into that Laverian. Just a little teaser, perhaps, for the what.
Are you able to hide us? We're blocking Lavos. We're blocking the show.
Yeah, get us out of here.
There you go.
There's just a really cool backstory. I think, without spoiling it, how Lavos got his snakes.
He looks really cool.
Would be the.
He looks like he'll color really well too.
How Lavos got his snakes.
He's very Grenier.
Look at those snakes. They're so cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the snakes are incredible. Everything about Lavos' snakes just fills me with joy. So
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's like a
Yes,
Yeah.
you feel good.
Oh
You feel
my.
good about it. You feel good, and
This
I
neck.
feel good about it. That's for sure. So, we do have to show some Lavos gameplay. So before we do that, let's just take a little look at Lavos and the
Ophidian
pseudo
Bite
Lavos'
Vial.
primary.
I should have been looking
signature
at that.
weapon. We'll be playing with that as well. When it comes to Lavos, we're going to look at Ophidian Bite, which
Okay, good.
is when Lavos
Last ability.
lashes out with a toxic
Catalyze.
serpentine strike, consuming the target to heal Lavos. You can also, this is all going to make sense when I get to gameplay, but I want to set everyone up with Lavos' abilities. When you hold Ophidian Bite, it infuses all abilities with Toxin. That'll mean something very integral to Lavos.
Okay. You have a lash
So,
that eats
before we go
enemies
there,
and
passive
does other stuff.
Energy
Okay.
and universal orbs give Lavos status immunity for 10 seconds. Hold any ability to imbue the next cast with the additional elemental damage and status. So Ophidian Bite is Lavos' first ability. Vile Rush is the second ability. For the super endgame players or those interested, this is also Lavos' Helminth ability. So for those of you that
Dash
are
forward,
looking to
crashing through
subsume
enemies and leaving an icy trail of
Lavos,
broken vials.
this is the ability you'll get.
Interesting.
Dash
I
forward,
wonder if it'll do
creating
the imbue
a,
whenever you.
crashing through enemies,
stuff
leaving
in.
an icy trail of broken vials. Hold to imbue the next ability cast with cold. Transmutation Probe, launch a probe that converts health and energy orbs into universal orbs that provide both, and ammo pickups into universal. The probe shocks enemies in close proximity. Each electrocuted reduces the ability cooldowns by 1 second. Very interesting way we're approaching Lavos, and I'll talk a bit more of that when we're in the level. Catalyst probes erupt. This is catalyze. Catalyst probes erupt from Lavos and douse combatants in a fiery gel. Damage is doubled for each element afflicting an enemy. So, let's just hop right to it. We're
Shit,
going to go right
didn't
into a
have time.
level and talk about the Imbue Effect with Lavos. Two key things to know about Lavos. Lavos runs on a cooldown system, and Lavos can imbue elements across his abilities. So, let's just...
Does he use energy at all?
No energy at all. Completely
Okay,
built
interesting.
upon his own timers that you can manage by casting, reducing cooldowns, and strategically casting all your
No
abilities. So let's
energy
just head to
cooldown
Kuva Fortress
instead.
for the next steps. No energy at all. In
So he's
Lavos.
bad? Probably,
Zero
but it kind of
energy.
depends.
And you know, the first thing you might think about when you hear zero energy is, well, Hildryn doesn't have energy. That's true, but
Sure.
Hildryn uses shields. In this case, there's no meter at all.
Well, you're going to put Blind Rage on him. We know that.
All right.
See this in action.
All right.
Unless his cooldown is
So
influenced by
before
efficiency, in which
we,
case, what the fuck are
head
we here for?
into the enemy's line of fire, everyone should direct their attention to the bottom right of the screen, where you can see this
Ah, yes,
little
hello, everyone.
UI element that represents all the four elementals you know and love. So Toxin, Cold, Electric, Heat are all there. And of course, there's all four of Lavos' abilities that we just went over, from Ophidian Bite all the way to Catalyze. Now, you may have noticed that Ophidian Bite dealt toxic damage when we took a look in the UI. But in addition to doing toxin damage, you have the option to imbue any element you want in any of Lavos' abilities by combining elements. So say I wanted to add heat to Ophidian Bite, no problem. I just hold 4 and then I cast Ophidian Bite. But say I wanted to do a combination and add blast to Ophidian Bite. I
Okay,
can
he has a
combine
vial
them,
system.
and now I will have blast damage on Ophidian Bite as well. And this is true for every one of Lavos' abilities. The imbue mechanic is going to be for you to do real time as you're casting abilities. So if I wanted my Vile Rush to not only do cold damage, but let's say I wanted it to do electric as well, you know, just for a change of scenery, now it will also do electric damage. So
Wish
you
we could see
can go
the
through,
cooldowns
you
down
can
there.
Concoct all your little combinations
They looked
real time as you see
reasonable-ish.
fit as you're casting. So let's go ahead and damage some enemies. Well, let's do you know, a viral Ophidian sting. And as you can see, I just took out some
Enemies are level
here,
30.
with that.
Okay, he
But
one-shot
the
enemies that are
Cedo,
level 30
Lavos' signature weapon is
with
a
no
shotgun,
mods,
but it has an
ostensibly.
alt-fire glaive that you can summon.
He does
back
have high
and it does
health, but he
crazy
probably
elemental
has
damage.
a
So, as you can
vitality
see, I launched
installed.
the glaive, and I'm going to summon it back. And it's gone through and done a lot of elemental
Oh my
destruction.
god.
So let's do that.
Yes.
Let's do that again on a cluster of enemies. Let's see who's waiting behind this door here.
Yeah, me
That
too.
looks cool.
I like the just even the.
Don't know if it'll be good, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Cedo. I don't want to call it the Cedo because then I'll never hear the end of it. So that's the Cedo. Let's
Too
do a little
late.
Vile Rush in there. Enemies are a little chilled from that. And let's just finish them off with the Amphibian Sting, maybe. So he's dead. Lavos' Serpents come out and do some whipping. All right, let's see what we can
Feels
find.
modded.
in the next
You think so? They usually don't mod the
So,
abilities.
We're gonna
Should call
throw...
that snake slap.
No.
No.
No way.
No. No.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah. So we're
Pretty
gonna...
sick, yeah.
I just threw out Lavos' Transmutation Probe, which moves pretty quickly directly forward. So I'll do it here, and we'll see if we can get some enemies on the other side of the door. But you can also stop it at any time by recasting it. So it'll stay in a station position, depending on when you tap cast again. So, oh, I'm getting pre-processing, which I don't know why, but, oh, it's the mana. Whoops, but we're good. So we'll throw that Transmutation Probe down again.
Build.
Dev build. So as you can see, that's his little Alchemist Transmutation Probe. And you know what? Let's just throw his ultimate down. Maybe I'll imbue it with some corrosive. You can watch Catalyzer go out in a ranged AoE in all directions, hitting enemies. And now it has a cooldown. But of course, I can actually work into
Does
that
this feel
cooldown
modded?
by
None of this
casting
looks modded to me.
Transmutation Probe, and it'll reduce the cooldown of all of Lavos' other abilities. So as you're mixing and matching, casting Ophidian Sting, regenning health while doing so, maybe doing a Vile Rush to get in a better
Scott has
position,
left the
there's a
chat.
lot of ways to strategically use these powers, especially to manage your cooldown system. So when you're doing Vile Rush, every enemy behind you is going to be afflicted with a status effect. So if you throw your Transmutation Probe out, it'll start accounting for those statuses as your Transmutation Probe's hitting them, redoing cooldowns as you see fit. So because it's a cooldown system, we have some UI
Yeah, they do
elements
have
as well that
adaptation
help you
on.
notice when you can recast. But as long as you're playing actively,
That could be his
casting,
passive, though.
doing your normal Warframe destruction.
Or no,
you'll
that's-
find
we know
yourself
it's
just
not,
really
actually,
getting
never mind.
into the groove of this new sort of feel that Lavos brings.
Is the cooldowns on the... they probably just can't quite see the cooldowns?
Oh,
Oh, I see up on the top. No, they can see it. They can see it.
Yeah, I can
see
move it
them
a
now.
little
Okay.
bit, but
Yeah, no, that's okay.
yeah. So again, we're looking at a Warframe
Sheldon
that
doesn't know where the
mixes
cooldowns
all
for abilities are.
elementals, not only in their base forms, but in combinations. We're looking at a frame that can move really quickly throughout the environment, set up their Transmutation Probe to get a lot of benefits in terms of orbs, ammo, as well as enemy effects. And then when the mood is right, to hit with a the ultimate to light enemies not only on fire, but in terms of elements, well, whatever elements you imbue, it's added. So if I'm using my fourth ability, I'm getting my heat out. I'm also using the imbued elements. Oh, I missed a cache? Oh, I hear it. I hear
Walked
it.
right past it twice.
I can hear people. I hear people being very upset with me. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's gonna play a pre-process. It was a
Yeah, I would
trap.
like to see what mods are on this Warframe.
There you go.
That would help me make
So when it comes
judgments
to
much
Lavos,
better. Because if
he's
Blind
pretty
Rage is on
tanky
this
as
Warframe
well.
right now,
Uh,
this
one of
Warframe looks
the
like
meteor
dog
Warframes.
shit.
And again, because
If this
his first
is
ability
base
allows you to
power,
heal,
nothing
the more you
added,
time it,
but
the
like
more you
some
find
defensive
yourself in
mods,
group
then I may
settings
be a
with,
little more
I was
interested.
gonna mercy kill that guy. You can just kind of be doing endless elemental destruction, and the help of his serpents will fill you with health as you cast. So in a nutshell, that's Lavos.
Yeah, I hope it's only
So,
survivability mods.
Chat, any questions about this transmuting force?
Good showing, Reb.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, that was a really good. It's complicated frame, but it's kind of intuitive as well. You kind of start getting it right. Just
Yeah.
wow.
I will admit it's the hardest Warframe to talk about and demo at the same time, because in the back of my mind, I'm always combining elements, casting
Yeah,
powers.
that was impressive, actually.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
How you
energy
did that
leeches
without
have.
just going the whole time.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want, whoopsies, if you want to know more about Lavos, I'm sure Pablo is watching, or if he's not watching, he'll be happy
He's
to.
a Pablo
provide players
Warframe.
with
That
some
makes a
more
lot more
info.
sense now.
Perhaps
He did seem
some
really
players will
greedy and
want-
like
do you
he
get
wants
it?
to be
I
the
just
one to
keep seeing
interact with
people
all the
saying,
enemies.
How do we get
Whoa.
Lavos? That's a great question.
How do
And
I
you-
get snake slap? I need some snake
Yeah.
slap.
I want snakes on a plane. I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lavos
they're
also.
crawling all
that
over the
play
body. I
style
just don't know
seemed
about it.
really, really
It
harrow.
freaks me out.
So good.
Also, holy shit,
Lavos has an alt
284%
helmet, the
strength.
Cordatus helmet, and I saw some questions.
Whoa, that was
about how do you-
130%
are
range.
cooldowns,
Oh my god, this looks
affected by
terrible.
efficiency?
Holy
And
shit,
when
this
it comes to
Warframe's
modding
garbage.
Lavos, of course, the efficiency stat. What does it do? given the fact that there is no energy pool
Holy
to pull
fuck,
from.
this
So
Warframe's
modifies
absolute
ability
fucking
cooldown
dog
during,
shit.
Reduction granted by transmutation probe. That is the role efficiency plays when
This
modding
Warframe
for
fucking
efficiency
Very
sucks.
cool.
with Lavos.
Makes sense.
So
Holy
yeah, so you
shit.
can take a look at some interesting mod combinations there.
No wonder
Efficiency
it
will
looked
play a
good against
role, it's
level
just not in
30s.
the
She has
energy,
almost
it's in the
300%
cooldown
fucking
transmutation probe.
strength.
So, there is
Hold on one
certainly a
sec.
lot to look
Notes
forward to
looks
with Lavos'
like
release. You have a
trash.
Lagoon, you have a alt helmet, you have
300%. What's the
a
exact amount? 284%.
the Cedo, and yeah, I think when it comes to some upcoming content, people may also want to know that you can customize your Necromech just a little bit more with the Kryptonaut helmet. We are indeed
284%
giving
strength, barely
Necromechs
killing level
alt
30s.
helmets as well. So you can see here that my Void Rig now looks different with the Kryptonaut helmet.
Like a Cylon almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Get
Oh,
a
that's
different
just
look.
Warhammer.
So all of
Warhammer
this
called,
is part
hey,
of
what the
an
fuck?
update that we're working on between Lavos's content, and alt Necromech helmet. What reason would that be? Well, there's a couple reasons for that, isn't there?
Yeah, this segues
Like, that's a
bit
bad thing. It's
softer
not a bad
than-
thing.
Can you-
than the
could
mixing
you-
one you did.
Could you rate me on this segue?
Well, Lavos snakes have venom in them, right? So
That is true. And Necromechs, you know, Father loves having something old war size. So why don't we go talk to Father about these things, shall we?
okay, right, sounds good.
All right, let's go visit Father.
So we lost you, Scott. What happened?
I would like to be
Oh, yeah,
wrong
no.
about Lavos, but holy
The
fuck,
Warframe
that was a
too
really
confused,
terrible
so I
showing.
had to,
Why do all
He's
the
like,
recent
"Peace, I
Warframes
gotta go
suck?
work on my
That's not
truck."
even true. Protea came
Players
out
were
this year, and
celebrating
she's
that you weren't
awesome.
Seeing how overpowered he was.
Oh, no.
Worried about the nerf hammer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
No.
you're,
Yeah.
no one. That joke dies
It's like
in
the worst time for
2021.
Discord to crash.
I know.
Yeah.
That. All right, so let's go visit Father.
Full
I-
build against level
Fast
30s,
travel.
barely getting
My
by.
stream is so far behind that I have
Oh,
no way
no.
to react to what you guys are seeing.
Well,
Well, service.
They needed a
service up to
buffer,
the
though?
goal
Yeah,
is
that's
slow.
fine.
that's true. All right.
Oh, here. Oh, operate. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
They buffed her, like, pretty quickly.
Nice.
Her original form was, like, not
Father's just
great.
gonna
It was,
talk
like,
to us a
very
little bit.
okay. But this doesn't even look okay. This looks like just bad. Because, like, I'll tell you what, even, like, base release Protea
All
would have
right,
looked
so We're
better
gonna take a look at
clearing
Operation
those
Orfx
enemies.
Venom. This is something that Father will be providing, and he's again talking to us.
You don't like the design aside from the numbers? Oh, no, if they made the numbers good, there's, like, definitely the potential. Like, that it could be fun. Like, doing cooldowns and stuff is definitely interesting.
So, phase excels are going to be
as, like,
something you
a,
can
this
earn
Warframe has
playing
this,
Operation
but, like,
Orfx Venom. This event will
if
be
the numbers
live,
aren't there,
and
then
you
fucking
can
who cares?
Use it to earn Lavos. So whether you want the blueprint or all the pieces, which of course you will, alt helmet, his signature weapon and all its pieces, and much more. Operation Orfx Venom will bring mech cosmetics, some skins for Cortege, Mazelon, and the Morga, as well as some new Necromech mods, new glyph cosmetics, and we are going to be returning a lot of the Scarlet Spear rewards, some in blueprint form. You can get the Seti Lacera blueprint, Basmu blueprint, Stance Forma blueprint, Simulacrum's coming back, and of course all the arcanes that we offered in Scarlet Spear will be coming back for Operation Orfx Venom. So this is coming. Father will be the spokesperson for this upcoming operation. And you
Scarlet
can
Spear
find him on
Arcanes being in
Deimos.
there is really important.
This will be launching within. What do you think, Sheldon? What do you guys think?
Garbiter,
Within
thank you for
the
the
week.
resub. Much appreciated.
Ooh.
On PC.
Within a week. A week.
Oh, we
Within
not.
a week.
Yeah.
Within a week.
Yeah, so
Within a week.
that's our plan for PC, getting this out. And then, of course, our beloved console Tenno can look forward to this in the new year. We are working to get something out so that we can start, the console process and so forth. And that'll all be, hopefully out within a week, the next week. Pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty.
Arcanes make it maybe worth doing. I mean,
I'll
hey, if
just
you don't
roll
have a set of
platinum price,
Energize,
you
this
can
is probably
perhaps
going to be
talk
the
a
time to
little
get
bit
it.
more about that.
How do we set that up other than those are the great rewards that are there, but we have a few more things to show about it, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
A few more thing.
I why use words when we can use eyes?
Why use words? All right, let's give
Show,
away.
show don't tell. Show don't
Show
tell.
don't-
Yeah.
This the winner of platinum prize number 3 is Lucas_chaos_theory. You have won 1,000 platinum. You got to message me and we'll hook you up with your platinum. Message the Warframe channel that you're on right now, twitch.tv/Warframe. You're here, you're watching, whisper us, and we will give you your prize. And we might as well roll our Nezha Prime Access prize as well,
Nice.
just to get that one going. This is going to be a Nezha Prime Access. Oh, which speaking of, I actually have to show something fun for that. Oh, forgot.
You're not doing anything extra for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
It's
it's pretty
feels like
stingy
pretty
for
rude here.
Christmas. My goodness.
The JC Monster 64. You have won Nezha Prime Access. You got to message us, and we'll hook you up with Nezha Prime Access after the show. But oh my gosh, as
They
is our
say that
Christmas
the new
surprise
event has
tradition, we
arcanes.
also
Yes, it
have
has
some
the
fun
arcanes from
little
Scarlet
Prime
Spear.
noggles to give to Tenno who have purchased a Prime Access. With
Also
a
known as
Warframe in this
Energize.
year. So if you grab Nezha, well, he's live right now. You can get this noggle as a
The
special.
noggles are too much sometimes.
I know.
Why?
They're so cute. They're cute.
They're
They're so
cute.
cute.
If this is in a week, then he's dead on arrival. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I would love
what
to be
would you like
wrong.
to give away as a
I would
special
love to be wrong,
celebratory
but he seems super DOA.
So, anything?
The whole combining
Anything
elements
at all?
feels like Genshin.
What's
I don't
like
think
a-
so.
Hmm.
Okay, well, what you guys think? I see some people saying Scarlet Spear
Combining
rewards.
elements is literally
Yes,
already a thing
I
in
think when
Warframe.
Scarlet Spear
Warframe's
first
been
launched, we
doing
kind of
that.
said we'll launch it twice this year, and we made some remarks about it coming back, but we felt
The
that
whole
we
combining
wanted
elements
to
thing didn't
do a
really seem
new
to matter
event,
at all, though.
And to kind of make good on the Scarlet Spear return, we wanted to bring some of the rewards that came with it so players would still have an opportunity to get them that didn't necessarily get them the first event. So we kind of mashed them together, best of both worlds, for Tenno to earn these items. So, and it's not just Scarlet Spear items, as you saw.
Any a new
the
guy?
Phasic cells that you'll
His
earn in
design is
Operation
interesting,
Orfx
but he
Venom
looks
will
like
use for
trash.
Lavos for the duration of the event, so you can take a look at that too. When it comes to Operation Orfx Venom, we have some beautiful content coming. The Lavos update, Operation Orfx Venom, you can see here in this beautiful, beautiful image showing not only the Necromech with the alt helmet, but also Lavos with his signature weapon. And his snakes out
Concept
ready
great.
for
Too bad
action.
DE gave him shitty base stats. Yeah.
Ready for slapping.
It seems like they didn't
Are
go
we
the
really
whole
gonna
way
call it
with his
snake
like
slapping?
vial system either. I was expecting his
no.
vial
It is
system to
now.
like change what
We
his
ought not
abilities
to.
do, but
No matter
they
what we do,
don't,
it is
which is
now.
dumb.
Now I saw
Yeah,
someone.
so this is a new operation coming to PC. I think all the cert windows are closed.
I don't think it's possible to
for,
make the
the
mixing
platforms
elements
in
thing
portion,
relevant
but,
given the meta pace in
PC
Warframe.
within
I
days
disagree.
will be playing a new
We'll
operation
talk
called
about that
Orfx Venom,
in a moment.
and it is the clear reward obviously is Lavos, but it integrates into it Necromechs. If you don't have one, there'll be some kind of sprinkled through that are kind of lesser power. I hate to call it Rent-A-Mech, but it's a bit like that. But yeah, this is going to
That's a
be an
chainsaw arm.
interesting event, I think, for PC players to play in a few
I'm
days.
just putting it out there.
where
That's the
it's
chainsaw arm.
Bringing together a lot of the elements of Warframe and kind of you have to use one here and there. And I think I'm not sure how we've sort of debated leading up to this how much we were going to show before. Where have we landed? Where have we landed?
Where
I
did we land?
Yeah.
I said we'd make a game time decision, and at this point, I think that
I said something.
I think you should just jump in and just kind of give a feel for how it feels to have.
Didn't you say if we changed it, you were gonna somehow figure out a way to live strangle Steve?
yes. And I'm first gonna
So
stare.
that's a promise I want to see delivered.
That was gonna be a
COVID's
gaming
over. When
controversy.
COVID's over,
Yeah.
I want to see.
First,
Is it like
I
a
have
force choke over Discord?
I have to
Yeah.
stare directly into the camera and apologize to both the community and the marketing team when I told and the dev team, in fact. And I was like,
And
"Don't
the
worry."
dev team, yeah.
And the dev
Yeah.
team. I'm apologizing to all of you. We weren't going to show a little sneak peek, but as you can see, now we are. So in I go. Apologies
Just
to
a
everyone.
touch.
But
Just
maybe
a
it was
touch of the dev build.
It should be
Just a
Steve
touch.
apologizing because
Yes.
Snack peek.
Yes. It was
there
Steve's-
was a decision made not to,
Yes.
and then
The
All right,
decision
well,
made was to not show
here
it,
we
Get in
go.
there. Let's see it.
Dev build.
but here we
Dev
go.
build.
Okay,
Dev build.
Oh, yeah.
noted.
It says above, I have a giant dev build.
But it says it in two places, which is also making me itchy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
It's like, how many?
Sorry, Steve, that itch isn't the dev build sign. That's the force choke.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
All right, Lavos, what's going on?
Can you hide us for this, or is that
Nope.
tricky?
Everyone gives
them
them
more
control.
Fair enough.
Make them think twice.
Now,
Don't be
we had a little teaser that perhaps we'd be letting Necromex
Oh, is this in this update? Good.
come
That was a rather
to the
high
origin
fire rate
system.
muzzle
So
on.
Orfx Venom,
Big nasty on the scope.
That's super rad.
and a sentient Orfx has appeared.
All right, well, this is cool.
Let's see what we can do here.
And hey, using the Necromex in a mission seems like a fun time.
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this that shrinking pulse field is probably not good for your Warframe. So, Tenno, whatever happens here, you're going to need your Necromech. I don't think your Warframe's going to like this pulse field.
This event
Perhaps
won't
your
be able to
Necromech
be
being a little
done
bit old war
by
size
almost anyone.
will do the trick. I think an important
Walk
part.
through the. Can you walk through the door?
Oh, ow!
That's going to be unfortunate.
Cool.
Very important. Can a Necromech fit through doors? Can a Necromech take on sentience? All of these questions and more will be answered when Operation Orfx Venom goes live. Now, we probably should say goodbye. I know this is a tiny bit of a shorter stream, but we have a lot of work to do. So before we go, anything you guys want to say? We have maybe a little something special to end the stream with.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone
Merry
has
Christmas to
holidays.
everyone.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to shipping the stuff that we've shown you, and clearing the tracks we've laid ahead of us. And thanks for playing the game. And if you're new joining us, or you're on PS5 or on the new platforms that we launched even just this month, welcome. And
And I'm already going to start working. This is the last dev stream of 2020. 2020 is over. We did quite a bit this year.
Did they give a
in
temporary
the
mech?
throes
Yeah, I
of the
know.
pandemic. So I'm already going to start working on the first dev stream of 2021. So all the questions about the new war, all these types of questions, we will be integrating into our first stream of 2021. But for now, why don't we say our goodbyes? And
Merry
maybe-
Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Happy
Happy New Year.
Thanks so
We'll see-
much.
see you in
Happy New
2021.
Year.
But don't go
Stay
anywhere
safe.
because
Yeah,
we have a
don't go
special,
anywhere.
special
Stay
video
tuned.
for you.
One more thing.
Bye, everyone.
Back in the old war, Orfx sentience would hit us with
Oh boy,
pulses,
here we go.
shut down anything more sophisticated than the lump hammer. Well, the Orfx are back. Only this time, someone's taught them how to override your warframes. If they spread to cover the whole system, you're all shiny hat stands. The Orakin claimed Necromechs weren't smart enough to face an enemy that could learn and retire them early, but my boneheads shrug off sentient pulses like the morning dew. So I reckon, between your frames and my old dusted-off war rigs, we might just have a hope in hell.
Okay.
Come see me on Deimos.
This is a good setup for an event. I will say that for sure. That's it. All right. Here's the little thing here. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. That Lavos showcase looked really bad. It looks cool. Sure, it looks cool, but it doesn't look like it's going to be of any use whatsoever. This guy here wants to stream ended. Quick thoughts. Lavos looks like a garbage fire. The new event is definitely going to be like it'll have good rewards in it, but I don't know if it'll be like a good time because it's going to require necromechs, and there's going to be a rent-a-mech system, so we'll see if renting a mech is of any use whatsoever. Probably skeptical. Yeah. And they talked about some stuff coming next year, which we already knew about, which was the Corpus Liches, the Corpus Railjack, the Command Intrinsic. We got some more details on what the Command Intrinsic entails, but it wasn't super crazy. They announced Octavia Prime, or did I miss nothing? They did not announce Octavia Prime. But yeah, so for anyone who's curious, Anyone who's curious, I think just from what they talked about, unless I'm missing something, I think that they are the way that they've made Lavos, I think is probably the least interesting version of doing what they're doing. Because whenever they like jumped in and were like, hey, he's got a vial system, so you have like these combinations that you can put in and stuff and like change the element, that really needs to also be something else. They're making more and more content where warframes don't matter, and I don't really dig that. No, that's fair. But yeah, so like here's the thing for Lavos is I don't think you're going to have a reason to mix elements at all because it just changes your damage type. And just changing your damage type doesn't actually really matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't actually matter much. Because there's only like there's like a highly select few things where your damage type even matters at all. So with that, the vial system could have been used for effects or self-buffing, which is probably what it should have been used for. Because like if you what it should be is you can combine any two elements, and depending on which elements you combine, you will get different buffs on your cast. So for example, like if you put heat into the mix, it gives you another 150% strength for your next ability. If you put tox into the mix, it gives you another 150% range for your next ability, and like so on and so forth. Like if you use the one that's transmutation, it means that the ability that you're using doesn't have a cooldown, and you can just use it as long as you're not taking one of the other buffs. But like if you're infusing the cold, then there's no cooldown because your system is cooled down. Like you can use that as like justification for that. And like you can do like duration plus 150% if you use the electric one. Like you could do something more interesting with that, or make it so that like the next level of that is whenever you combine these abilities in these different ways, like if the viral version of this ability is a completely different ability. Like that's the stuff that it feels like they could have done with Lavos. That seems like it wasn't done with Lavos. Like the easy version of making it feel like combining elements is worth it is giving them interesting like high level buffs. The hard version is making it so that the abilities legitimately do different things. The Devstream already happened. Yeah, it just ended. Yeah, just damage change just isn't enough, especially not for the time invested. And like the output, like that was 284% strength, and I fucking don't get it, man. Like there must be something with damage that we're missing if this is intended to be a good warframe in any way. Because like, sure, he was killing level 30 enemies, but like at 284% strength, if he wasn't killing level 30 enemies, like that would be a fucking travesty. And some of his abilities weren't killing them. Yeah, 5 form a build to work all right at level 30. Right, exactly. How does Lavos seem overall? Poor. They balance for level 30 enemies all the time, ... That's not an excuse. Just because they do the wrong thing all the time doesn't mean they should continue to do the wrong thing all the time. Wouldn't everyone just use viral on Lavos? I mean, I think the people who are like smart enough to use viral wouldn't use Lavos. I think that's really what the case here is. Like based on what we saw in terms of like his damage output and like speed and everything else, I think that that's really going to be the thing. If you know to use viral, you probably know you shouldn't use Lavos. I think it's fair to at least try it before complaining, then we can complain. I mean, we saw the mods, the build, the output. I mean, I have the information I need. You know what I mean? Like, unless they poorly described what Lavos' kit actually does, and there's some shit they weren't using that's really integrally important to him being a good Warframe, then he looks like trash. Like, if you can't just say, like, oh, this person shot this gun, and it did 40 damage. Well, you should wait until you shoot that gun to decide that it sucks. There's a possibility that the damage scales with enemy level. That might make a difference. See, for me, I think that's something that would have been mentioned. Because if that damage scales with enemy level, then that, like, if that is how those abilities are going to perform with about that much strength at level 300, then I'm very interested now. Now you have my attention. Okay, that seems reasonable. Okay, sure. That build at level 300 doing the same thing? Cool. But, like, I think they would have mentioned if it scaled with the enemies. Is Lavos coming today? No, it's going to be within the week. If they ever make anything scale with enemy level, though, that happens sometimes. There are certain abilities that do that. How likely is it that Lavos is going to be altered more before actual release, though? I'm going to put that at a nearing 0% chance that he will be changed before release. Outside of just some number tweaking, which could maybe happen, but probably not. Is it bad that I'm already wondering if he at least has a useful ability we can helmet onto some other warframes? We know that his dash is his helmet ability. His dash, we don't know if it's going to get the cold imbue, but cold imbuing, not great. You don't really probably want to put cold onto any other ability, even if you are allowed to do that. And adding a dash to warframes is just probably not going to be good enough. Ability scaling is linear, and enemy scaling is still exponential up to 80. Ability scaling wouldn't fix it. What are you talking about? Ability level scaling? That does fix it. That's exponential. It keeps up. That's the whole thing. If you have something that does 100% of an enemy's health, it does that at every level. Maybe energy color or emissive color will affect his subsume ability. Doubt. I think they would have mentioned that. But yeah, I don't know. Seems like it's a rough. He seems like a rough proposition, just in general. I would like for him to be good and surprise me, but from what they showed off, he seems very poor, like really bad. Wonder if the cold buff would combine with toxin buffs to make viral. It's only for abilities. It's not like on you, I don't believe. I wonder if that'll be the thing. Is he just Gears of War? What even did the snakes do? He uses them as whips. There's an alert with a legendary core as reward. That is true. Whip and dash, what else? He has a transmute thing that turns energy and health orbs into universal orbs and also lowers his cooldowns of his other abilities. Which sounds really bad. Doesn't that sound terrible? I don't know. You know what's been weird this year? They've released a bunch of shit that, like, interacts with orbs on the ground, and, like, that just seems like a waste of time. Might be useful for Profit Taker if that's still a thing. No, doubt it. Saving thoughts on it until it's in my hands. Sure. I mean, I have thoughts on it. I would like for it to be different when it gets into my hands. You know, you guys know that you don't have to use something to have thoughts on it, right? Like, whenever you see, like, everything that's been shown off, like, an initial opinion is a thing that you're allowed to have. Do we know this? This is a thing that you can have, just so we're clear. I know, like, the DE brainwashing of, like, hey, just wait until you guys touch it has, like, been a thing that, like, they say all the time, but that's super not real. Like, whenever someone fucking shows you, like, hey, here it is, this is the car, and this is how fast the car goes, you can be like, Oh, that's a really slow car. Did you guys know that? You guys know the speed limit is 70, right? This car only goes 45. You could be like, yeah, the car's slow. Because I know the speed limit is 70, and this car can only go 45. Wait, there's an option beyond mute acceptance? Yes, turns out. You're allowed to have an opinion and to change it later as well. It's true. If he comes out and he's great, I'll be like, oh, awesome, I was wrong. I love it when I'm wrong. The problem is that I'm usually right. Like, literally, the problem this year is that I keep being right. Because, like, where my expectations are has been consistent with how things have been. Frankly, I just want tile sets that feel good for bullet jumping. Deimos tunnels feel awful for it. It looks like a fun concept that just needs a metric ton of tuning. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, on a conceptual level, very cool. Visual level, he looks very cool. There's a lot right with Lavos, but those numbers looked absolutely terrible, and it looked like they didn't do anything with the vial system that's actually interesting or worthwhile. Being right is surprisingly a curse sometimes. Yeah, turns out. By the way, since it's Necromex or Bust, the Archibex is definitely going to be nerfed for this event. Shame it's bugged to be good. Oh, yeah. What a shame that that thing that has been good since release is bugged to be good. Yeah, I fully expect the Archibex is going to get nerfed into the fucking dirt. Also, for anyone that does not have the first Necromech yet, go get that one. Don't use fucking Bone Widow for this. Also, like, literally, if you're doing this event, if you see someone load in with a Bone Widow, just probably quit out. Probably quit out and try again. A hot heads up on that. Oof, true though. I mean, like, that's where Bone Widow is. I would love for Bone Widow to be better, but he's not. What's bad about Bone Widow? It's damage output. Bone Widow looks better, don't at me. No, you're right. It does look better, but that's unfortunately not the part that matters. They said they'd end the nerf meme next year. Doubt, though? No, definitely not. Nerf meme will intensify. I'm feeling it. The fact that the other Necromech is superior and 2 of its abilities are unimportant. Yep. Void Rig has Iron Skin light on its 2, and then it has the Archibex, and that's all it needs. And its 1 is possibly situationally useful, which is more than the Bone Widow has going for it. Is the dev stream over? Yeah, the dev stream's over. Bone Widow has a good 1. Why? Why do you think that? The 1 is what again? The explosive canister? It's the explosive canister, but more importantly, it's the canister that is a slow on the ground. Lifesteal. Okay, Lifesteal is an extra stat that you want at the end after the other things are good. Just so we're super clear, Lifesteal is like, how do I put this? Lifesteal is the cake after your meal. If you only have cake, you probably should have eaten dinner. Don't question my cake life. Bros, you can't just say shit like this constantly. So many oops. Cake is the dinner. I enjoy Bone Widow. I think it's fun, but I still recognize that it's bad. No, yeah, it is fun. It's super fun. I wish if its numbers were better, it could be good. That's really the problem, is that people are like, hey, wait a minute, this thing isn't conceptually bad, it's just actually bad. And it's like, you're right, conceptually it isn't bad. But the actually is the important one. Warframe's albedo looks weird, and I think I'll just keep up with Genshin's albedo. God damn it. If Arc Melee had its 3 reworks in the span of a few updates, Bone Widow would be okay. Maybe. It's possible. How do you feel / think about the upcoming Wraith based on Lavos? I mean, I can't really have any thoughts on Wraith based on Lavos. Right? I mean, that's like having thoughts on which Warframe was right after Protea. 1 second. Warframe release order. Here we go. Go by a release date. 1 second. Yeah, that's like basing opinions on Zaku based on Protea. Like, come on, we already know. Come on. Yeah, opinions on Zaku based on Protea. Those are 2 very different Warframes, I'm going to go ahead and say. What are your thoughts on eating a cactus after having some pineapple? God damn it. Didn't enjoy the grind for Necromech, so I didn't do it. No, I won't have a mech for the event. That's unfortunate. Do we compare Lavos to other Pablo frames? Yes, he did really look like a Pablo frame. But this time around, it seems like his numbers fucking suck. Because, like, if you compare Lavos to other, Pablo frames, he looks as greedy as Harrow, but with lower numbers than we've ever seen. A Pablo frame with Scott numbers. I really don't agree with the whole, like,
that's pretty good.
Scott doesn't do a balancing, because, like, he rebalanced Railjack, and that's fun now. That's literally in a place where Railjack is enjoyable to play now. We just don't have content for Railjack to go do, or that has rewards attached to it. And he's not in charge of either of those things. He literally made the balance in Railjack fun. So it's like, clearly Scott is capable of making things fun. I don't understand where the super low numbers on things even come from. Because, like, each different person that we know does the numbers on things have done good in a bunch of places that we can very easily correlate 1-to-1 and see, but it's just not consistent, and it's really, really weird. How do you feel about the new Railjack and Lich stuff? Look fine. We'll see when it comes out. That's next year, though. Wait, Scott did Ember? Yeah, he also did Ember. That is also true. All great design and artwork and concept, ruined by using a D&D style stat generation of rolling some fucking dice. Yeah, exactly. That is so how it feels. That is 100% how it feels. If it ever came out that them deciding how strong a fucking Warframe should be is rolling a d20 and just figuring out where they are on that, oh, I'd really believe it. That's so believable, and that's crazy. Because, like, if you just take, like, Warframes previous to Lavos this year, let's take Protea and Zaku. Protea feels like they rolled, and they rolled like a 12, because she was, like, fine on release. And then people complained, and they're like, "We'll fucking re-roll the dice. Fine, fine, fine." And they re-rolled it, and they got like a 17, and they're like, "Buffs." And then Zaku came out, and they rolled, and they were like, "Ooh, that's like a 6. That's unfortunate." And they're like, "Hey, what the fuck, Zaku? Zaku is so bad. Why are they so bad?" And they were like, okay. "Oh, that's the 7. We got him, boys." Like, what the fuck? And every once in a while, they just throw a dice at a wall and they decide what Warframe it's associated with. Like, what's that? I walked in and I rolled this dice and it's an 18. I know Korra was a 19 before, but let's bump her down. Why? I don't know. Fuck you. Although Korra's was more of going from like a fucking 19 down to like a 15. Oh my god, I really enjoy that all the rolls are not only for release but also for buffs. Yeah, we've seen the buffs for Atlas. They just keep rolling nat 1s. Natural fucking 1s. Every goddamn time it's a natural 1. I think Pablo rolled that 3 one time though. A 17 on a Tiefling Duelist is still a crit. Core nerve hurt me so bad that it made me start wailing in Genshin. Oof. It should totally start rating frames on a 1 to 20 rating system now to incorporate the D20. You know, that might actually be a great idea. Does Pablo have a plus to roll? You know, he might actually roll for advantage on designing a Warframe. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. Why? Clearly he's got proficiency. And Pablo rolls 3 and takes the highest. You remember when they rolled a natural 20 for Wukong that one time? Oh, yeah. They were buffing all the melee weapons, and then they just didn't even roll for Wukong. And for the next video, you do your own grade and roll a d20 and add the number on screen to compare. In a week, we can level up Necromech and Hydron. That's true. We have to stick to the original frames creator's stats, or can Pablo come in and roll his double advantage on anything? Depends. Is he working on it? Oh man, I just really, it's really baffling to me. I wish things were more consistently made. And I don't even mean like necessarily like I guess that's true in just so many different ways. It's like consistently made as in like a relatively consistent power level of releases, because that's all over the fucking place. Like, look at Zaku and Protea, and Bone Widow and Void Rig, and like the guns that we just had released. Like, all that's, it's so, there's so much like violent turmoil on where things are in terms of that. Like, you look at things that are like extremely similar, like the Proboscis Cernos and the Sporothrix, and you're like, how the fuck did we end up this far apart? Why are they over here? What's happening? How did they get so far apart? And like it's just a bunch of things that just don't make sense. My issue is it doesn't matter if a frame is OP or weak. I still walk through 99% of content no problem regardless of frame. Sure. Warframe's not a hard game. No music? I mean, there's no music right now I can turn on. Yeah, Warframe's not a hard game. But that doesn't mean that Warframes should be, like, not balanced against each other at all.
Shut up and take my money.
In the gameplay direction and art direction will stop tearing each other apart in 2021. I mean, I think the art will continue to be vastly superior to the gameplay direction. I think that's for sure. The art team kills it every time. Been absolutely destroying it. Also, Explosion, thank you for that resub. Much appreciated. Mofo as well. I think I missed you. Thank you for that resub. What's the plan now? I'm going to go make the Devstream breakdown. And then, provided I don't lose power, because the big snowstorm happening in my area is the thing here. I am going to go do the Devstream breakdown, get that uploaded, and then we're going to be back probably with some Cyberpunk. That is the general plan that I would like to have happen. Hopefully it actually does. I'm also going to fucking clean myself up, and I'll be in a different shirt. Can you imagine that? A shirt for a snowstorm. It's true. Very stylish. How about we ask for something, and they give the thing we asked for to a brand new frame? Yeah, well. Like the minimum power level is sufficient doesn't mean it's good. Right, exactly. And before I go, one last thing that I really want to mention that no one has considered, I think, is that it's not that I need every Warframe that comes out to be as strong as, say, Saren. It's that if Saren is stronger than they are making content at, then they need to have the balls to nerf Saren. Like, if you are going to take the top level and bring it down, that's fine. That's also balance, right? You can do that. As Devstream started, Devstream's over. You can do that. People will be pissed because the Warframes that people like are generally the ones that are good and fun and effective, and like they do their thing and have cohesive kits. You can ruin all of that and bring it down and make everything even with what Lavos seems to be. But I don't think people are going to continue to play Warframe if you do that. And I think there's something at DE that it feels like somebody needs to come to terms with what's good about Warframe is not the thing that they make sometimes. And like what's good about Warframe should probably be the thing that they focus on whenever they make a new thing. It's like why you're releasing content that's immediately useless in the eyes of the community. Yeah, exactly. Often they stumble on something the community loves, but instead of accepting it as lucky, it wasn't intended. Yeah. Pretty much. Lavos' gun looks like fun, though, like Glaive and Shotgun. Yeah, the Shotgun look cool. We'll see if it has numbers to back it up. Our fantasy and customization. I don't know why they seem to want to fight this at times. Yeah, it's really weird. We're going in depth on how Lavos could be good in the breakdown. I'll probably go into it a little bit. Probably not as much as I have here, because obviously I can just chill out. It's a stream. Hello, everyone. Does this feel like Chroma 2.0 to anyone else? 2.0? 2.0? The Dauntless update is a case study in devs having balls. Interesting. Yeah, Chroma less than 1.0. Yeah, Chroma 2.0, but every ability sucks. I gave it the 2 because you can make combined elements, but that's fair. Other than elemental choice, Lavos and Chroma have nothing in common. It's true. Lavos has a kit in bad numbers. Chroma has no kit in good numbers. They couldn't be more different. Hey, they both have elemental something-somethings going on, though. Huh? But yeah. Anyway, I'm off to make the Devstream breakdown. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Hopefully, you will enjoy that whenever it comes out. I will see you guys then, and then later we are going to be doing Cyberpunk as long as I don't get snowed in with no power / maybe internet. Oh, yeah. Later, everybody.